Bom dia e bem-vindos a mais uma entrevista do Jornal Económico. O convidado desta semana é Benjamin Verlingue, líder de uma empresa familiar que tem uma forte presença no mercado da corretagem de seguros. Esta entrevista vai ter lugar em inglês, por razões óbvias, mas poderão acompanhar a legendagem e também a versão escrita que será publicada na edição semanal do Jornal Económico. To start asking you, you just assumed the role of CEO of the group. The group is a large player in the insurance broker market. How do you see? What are your main goals for this next step on the group's history?
So thank you for the opportunity to share the trajectory of the group. As you mentioned, so we are the company was born in France, actually Brittany, really small city called Quimper, and we expanding the business to be a French player and more European. And we entered 4 years ago Portugal.
Yeah.
My goal is to make sure that we can be a strong broker providing added value for our clients, a good life for our employees, and in the midterm, being the first family-owned broker at the European level. So in this context, we launch our new 5-year strat plan.
Yeah, and you want to do, if correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to double the revenue until in the next 4 years, right?
So we are a business which is true believer growth, which is both organic and acquisition. We triple our size the last 10 years, and we are doing 400 million of turnover between the different companies in the group. The large one being Verlingue, but we also have a sister company, Génération, which is in the Portuguese market, and our goals is to reach 800 million by 2028.
That's
Easy
a
to remember.
huge growth. But I remember that some years ago, some analysts said that this business was going to be really hit hard by the digital revolution, by new ways of buying insurance. But as we see it, your group is growing, and there are other players in this market that are still growing. So, what did the analysts get wrong?
So actually, we can go deeper in that technology, AI, and all the new things that it's a thing. I think it's not just a word, and I think that it's a bit like internet many years ago. It's not yes or no. The one will succeed will have to adapt to this new world. Saying that, I think when we look at what's happening in the short term, considering geopolitical tension, thinking about France,
Yeah.
politics is something pretty trendy right now, but also some midterm transition, talking about climate, digital, demographic. I think that there are some major risks that basically need a right understanding of them of risk management and advice.
Yeah.
And in this world, I think that our role as a broker make our job pretty useful. Then it's pretty competitive. We need to bring value. The way of doing the business is changing and will keep changing. But I'm a true believer that the value creation that insurance broker can to CEO, risk manager, head of HR, something that won't disappear in the short term, and it's probably have a future.
And do you think that also the personal trust, the creation of a good relation with the customer is also important part?
For sure, insurance market is something pretty weird. You don't want to have to use it. And you prefer that nothing bad happen. And if something bad happen, it's not a good news. So I think that you need to make sure that you have someone on your side to better understand your environment, and your environment won't be exactly the same if you are in the food industry or in a tech company. Also understand the culture of the company and how much risk you want to take, and then be sure if something bad happen, and it could happen, you have the right way to defend your interest. And so doing that, meaning that we are a business. We don't have factories. We have for sure a lot of IT, but it's still a people business to really make sure that we understand the risk appetite and that we can have someone.
Yeah, so it's a people business where human balance is still very important, and to be able to engage with our clients and other stakeholders. But for example, artificial intelligence will have an impact in this industry also, like in everyone else. So,
and
how do you see this revolution?
And for me, when I look at the key to success in the following years for my company in Europe, but also in Portugal, for sure there is growth, because an organic growth is a right way to making sure that our value proposition is strong enough and that we have, the confidence of our clients. There are two main things that it's must have is expertise and talent. And we know that, as we mentioned, it's a people business. And the other one is technology and innovative technology, especially online businesses where you have some frequency. And so it can be from client interface to efficiency on the back office. Then when you mention artificial intelligence, for me, need to be careful, because sometimes it's just a buzzword to making sure that on the PowerPoint it's great to have. I fully think that there are some use cases that are mature enough and that we can use. And for example, for Generation, which is a case, we are doing around 20% of the client interface fully with artificial intelligence to answer the request, and it's working well, but it's 20%, but it's working well. And there are some use cases that we still need to work on to understand the limit, and for sure, working with co-pilots, it's first step, but it's moving so fast that it's going to change our way to operate our business.
You were mentioning your strategy to increase the revenue of the group in the next few years. You mentioned also the possibility of new acquisitions in Portugal. What are the main goals in terms of turnover, for example, in the Portuguese market?
The Portuguese market represents for me a good opportunity. I think it's a place that looks like to be what we understand well in the French market. So I think that we can grow significantly, first of all, by, delivering a high quality service to our foreign clients, but also by gaining the confidence of Numa and potential targeting acquisition. And I was mentioning that new chapter of the company on the Portuguese market. We are welcoming a new CEO. The name is Luiza.
Sorry?
Well, exactly. And she will run the business.
Okay, Benjamin, thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope to see you again next time in Portugal in our studio. Thank you very much once again.